Greetings, River Lady here, and I am still working on my herbaceous perennial videos. And I thought I would do a follow-up to my video on Japanese anemones. Said it right. Yay! But first, let me acknowledge this male downy woodpecker. I am blessed. I am so blessed. Okay, let's get going. My tangled mess. It was only a week ago this past Friday, Friday, October 30th, that we got 4 inches of very heavy snow. And that was followed by 2 nights of extremely frigid temperatures, low 20s. I'm talking 21 degrees. So it was pretty tough on my plants. As you can see here, I'll show you this. This is my blue enchantress, and you can see her stalks are nice and tall, but her leaves pretty much got decimated by the cold temperature. But we're not here to talk about hydrangeas right now. We're here to talk about Japanese anemones and my tangled mess. At this point, I can do 2 things with this plant. I can leave it like this, a jumble, and the birds can forage through it and do all sorts of cool little bird things. But I have plenty of plants for them to be able to do that, and I don't want to leave this vegetation in place. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to cut the plant back. And this is what I mentioned in the last video. When the leaves turn black, I'm perfectly happy cutting this plant back. As I've mentioned on other herbaceous perennial videos, unless you're dealing with a fungus, you don't have to worry about cutting your plants back. But for this plant, this is a classic mess. I am actually going to trim it back. Let me get going, and then I will show you my results. And there you have it, the end result of cleaning out my tangled mess. I removed a lot of small suckers, a lot of little baby Japanese anemones that wanted to, baby Japanese anemones, a lot of little suckers that threatened to take over my garden. Pretty much a game of Stratego going here. I had the Japanese anemones up front, and in the corner I have my mint, which is threatening to come forward. You're next. Don't worry. I'm getting there for you. Okay, so I have left 10 plants for my Japanese anemone, and you don't have to do anything special to them. You don't have to mulch them. Their roots are pretty hardy. All you have to do is just clean away the spent blackened leaves, cut down the stems. If it stays dry, you do want to keep watering them through autumn and even into winter until the ground freezes. And whenever you have a thaw, you do want to get out and water your gardens. That's it for this tangled mess. Let's go check on my other Japanese anemones and see how they fared during the frosts. This is my anemone Hamina, and you can see that I have ruined leaves. I have blackened leaves, so I should cut this plant back. However, in this case, I am going to just leave the plant and let the birds forage around it. It's not a tangled mess. I don't have to worry about any fungus. This black on the leaves has nothing to do with fungus. It has to do with frost. So I'm just going to leave the plant and let it be and let the birds forage and not worry about it over the winter. Let's check on one more plant. Last but not least, this is my piece of Anemone robustissima, which belongs to the mother plant, is that tangled mess. Was that tangled mess. Not a tangle anymore. I'm also not going to cut this plant back. We have the blackened leaves from the frost hitting it. That's okay. It's not a fungus. I'm not worried. And I'm going to allow the birds to forage around the plant. I am going to gather up the oak leaves because they do tend to, as I have explained in the past, form a waterproof mat over the ground, and then water can't seep down to the roots. I've already trimmed this plant back, taken away all the little suckers, so I'm going to make sure that it just is left alone, get rid of those oak leaves, and move on to other plants. And I am going to leave you, I'm talking very softly, I'm going to leave you with a video of my white-throated sparrow. So cool. Okay, so I will say goodbye, happy gardening, and happy bird watching.